Welcome to the land where time stands still, where lions rule the grasslands, and the sky tells stories of survival and splendor. Somewhere in the heart of Africa, where the land meets the sky, and silence speaks louder than words, lies a place unlike any other. A land of endless horizons, of roaring predators, thundering herds, and skies alive with wings. This is the Masai Mara, Kenya's crown jewel of wildlife, a wilderness untouched, where survival is the rhythm, and instinct is the law. Here, every sunrise marks a new beginning. Every paw print in the dust is a verse in the poem of life, and every creature, from the tiniest termite to the towering elephant, plays a part in an ancient story still being written. This is not just a documentary. It is an invitation to witness the wild as it was meant to be. Untamed, unfiltered, unforgettable. Across the sun-drenched plains of the Masai Mara, 3 legendary hunters stalk the land, each one a master of its own domain. Here, among the tall grasses and acacia shadows, the balance of life is written in tooth and claw. These are the big cats, the apex predators, the stars of the savannah, the guardians of ancient instinct. Lions, kings and queens of the grasslands. The lion, mighty, majestic, and fearsome, a symbol of strength and leadership. But here in the Masai Mara, even royalty must fight for its crown. Power in this world is not held by one, but shared among the sisters, the hunters, the mothers of the pride. Each pride is a close-knit family. Females are the backbone. They do most of the hunting, raise the cubs, and fiercely defend their young. It's a complex dance of cooperation and quiet dominance. They move like ghosts through the grass, muscles coiled, eyes sharp, hearts synced. Timing is everything. Then, the burst, the chase, the kill, brutal, swift, and essential to survival. A successful hunt means life for the pride, at least for a few more days. The males defend. Their deep roar can be heard up to 8 kilometers away, a territorial warning, a thunderous challenge, and a declaration of rain. But even they are not untouchable. Rival coalitions are always near, waiting for a moment of weakness to overthrow the pride and start anew. A king's rule is only as strong as his ability to defend it. For the cubs, life begins in play. But beneath the innocence lies instinct. Every game is a lesson, every chase a rehearsal for the real thing. In the Mara, childhood is as dangerous as it is fleeting. Only the strong and the well-protected will survive to roar. As the sun sinks and the coolness returns, the pride awakens. The night belongs to them. In the Masai Mara, the lion reigns not with fear, but with family. Cheetahs, the sprinting shadows. In the open savanna, where the land stretches endlessly and the grass ripples with wind, moves a creature built for pure velocity. If lions are the kings, then cheetahs are the racers, the speedsters of the Mara, the fastest land animal on Earth, a blur of motion and muscle. The cheetah is not just fast. It is a living missile of instinct and agility. With a flexible spine, lightweight frame, and semi-retractable claws for traction, it can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just a few heartbeats. But speed isn't everything. In the Mara, it's also about timing, terrain, and luck. Cheetahs prefer the open plains, where their vision stretches far and their sprint can unfold without obstacle. They hunt alone, or in small coalitions of brothers, masters of stealth and strategy. The hunt begins not with speed, but silence. She gets low. She waits. She watches. And then, the explosion. The sprint. A heartbeat becomes a blur. 0 to 100 in seconds. A single chance. A breathtaking gamble. But speed comes with a price. Cheetahs can overheat after a short sprint and must rest quickly, even if the kill isn't secure. If she succeeds, her family eats. If she fails, they may go hungry for days. But even success is fragile. Unlike lions, cheetahs avoid conflict. They are vulnerable to hyenas, to lions, even to vultures. Her kill must be consumed quickly, or lost entirely. She doesn't linger. There is no time, no safety, just movement, just survival. But perhaps her greatest role is motherhood. A cheetah mother raises her cubs alone. She is their teacher, their protector, their only chance at life. She shows them how to stalk, how to freeze, how to stay hidden in a world where danger is never more than one heartbeat away. In the wild, childhood is a battlefield. Only the smartest, the quickest, and the luckiest will grow to run. The cheetah is a paradox, graceful yet tense, dominant yet vulnerable. A creature of blazing light that lives in the shadow of greater beasts. She doesn't roar, she doesn't challenge, she runs, and in that run, she reigns. Leopard. The ghosts of the trees. If lions are rulers and cheetahs are racers, then leopards are the phantoms of the forest, the ghosts of the trees, solitary, elusive, invisible until they choose to be seen. Leopards are the quiet rulers of the Masai Mara. You rarely see them, but they always see you. Hidden in tall grass, or stretched along a tree limb, the leopard moves like a whisper through the wilderness. Every step is calculated, every breath silent. The leopard is patience made flesh. Unlike lions, it does not share. Unlike cheetahs, it does not chase. The leopard stalks with precision, strikes with stealth, and vanishes with its prize. It is the only big cat in the Mara that regularly hoists its prey high into the canopy to feed in peace above the chaos of the savannah. By day, it rests in the shade of the trees, above the threats that prowl below. By night, it moves through shadows, unseen, unheard. Adaptable and mysterious, the leopard is found where others struggle, in forests, hills, riverbanks, even near human paths. It belongs everywhere. and nowhere. Yet even this elusive predator has a softer side. A mother raises her cubs alone, teaching them how to freeze in the wind, how to vanish into grass, how to climb before they walk. Each lesson is survival, each moment a whisper between life and death. Few ever witness a leopard hunt, fewer still glimpse her with young, and that may be her greatest power. In a land of thunderous chases and roaring kings, the leopard wins by not being seen at all. She does not rule by fear, or speed, or strength. She rules by silence. These are the big cats. They are the hunters, the rulers, the shadows. Each cat, lion, cheetah, and leopard, tells a different story. One of dominance, one of speed, one of stealth. 3 paths through the same wild world. In the Masai Mara, power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it runs. Sometimes it watches from above. But all of them, kings, racers, ghosts, shape the rhythm of life here. They are the heartbeat of the savannah. And though their ways differ, their goal is the same: to survive, to protect, to endure, in a land where only the strongest, the fastest, and the most cunning prevail. Elephants, the giants of the Mara. They move like mountains, slow, deliberate, unshaken. Yet beneath their immense size lies something even greater: memory, emotion, and wisdom. This is the African elephant, the gentle giant of the Masai Mara. They are the largest land animals on earth, yet among the most tender. Living in tight family herds, led by a wise and experienced matriarch, elephants remember roots, watering holes, and dangers, knowledge passed down through generations. A baby elephant is born into love, surrounded by aunts, cousins, and older siblings who all help to raise it. They are never alone. In elephant society, family is everything. Their trunks, nearly 40,000 muscles strong, are tools of wonder. They lift, greet, drink, explore, and even console. And when they mourn, the land grows still. Elephants grieve their dead. They pause at bones they remember. Their hearts are as vast as their footprints. But even giants must fight to survive. As habitats shrink and poachers threaten their tusks, these magnificent creatures walk a narrowing path. The Mara remains a haven, a place where the old bulls roam free, and calves grow beneath a sky that still respects their presence. They shape the landscape, tearing branches, digging for water, opening paths for other species to follow. The elephant is not just a resident of the Mara, it is a builder of it. To watch them is to witness time, ancient, slow-moving, steady. Their lives unfold not in moments, but in memories, and in every step, every rumble, every trumpet that echoes through the plains, the Mara remembers. They are the soul of the savannah, the quiet guardians of a wild world that must never be silenced. Hippo, the river's secret kings. Beneath the still waters of the Mara River, an ancient force stirs. Thick-skinned, barrel-bodied, and deceptively calm. The hippopotamus is one of Africa's most misunderstood giants. They are not predators. They do not hunt. But don't be fooled. These herbivores hold dominion over the river and are among the most dangerous animals in Africa. By day they seem idle, submerged in slow-moving waters, eyes peeking just above the surface. But what appears to be tranquility is actually tension. The river is their kingdom, and like all kingdoms, it has rules. Territory is sacred, respect is demanded, and challengers are not welcome. Fights between males are brutal and unrelenting, with jaws capable of snapping bone. The hippo defends its claim with the rage of a warrior and the weight of nearly 2 tons. At night, the Mara changes rhythm. As darkness falls, the hippos emerge, silent pilgrims on a nightly march. They graze for miles, consuming over 40 kilograms of grass each night, shaping the very landscape they roam. By dawn, they return, drawn back to the water like tides to the moon. There, in the shallows, the bonds of family play out. Calves are born underwater, rising instinctively to take their first breath. Mothers are fiercely protective, sheltering their young between their massive bodies, shielding them from crocodiles and even from aggressive males. Despite their size, hippos are graceful swimmers. Beneath the surface, they glide like ghosts, walking along the riverbed, pushing off in gentle bounds. Their grunts echo across the water, a chorus of ancient voices, part laughter, part warning. Few animals embody such contradiction. Gentle, yet ferocious, peaceful yet territorial, comical yet deadly. In the Mara, the hippo does not chase. It waits. It does not seek. It claims. And in the silence of the river, it rules. It may not roar like a lion or run like a cheetah, but make no mistake, the hippo is a king, and the river is its throne. Rhino, the last sentinels of the wild. Thick-skinned and ancient, the rhinoceros is a creature shaped by time, a living relic of a wilder world. Heavy, silent, powerful. The rhino walks not just through the grasslands, but through time itself. In the heart of the Masai Mara, these giants move with the weight of legends. Massive, solitary, deliberate. Every step is a drumbeat on the earth, echoing through generations. With armor for skin and a horn like a crown, the rhino is a monument to survival, a sentinel of ancient Africa, still standing against all odds. In this land, the elusive black rhino is shy and solitary. Despite their bulk, they move with grace, grazing shrubs and grasses, shaping the land as they go. They are architects of the ecosystem, spreading seeds, fertilizing soil, keeping the balance of nature intact. And yet, they are hunted. Not for meat, not for survival, but for the horn, that iconic weapon made not of bone, but of keratin, the same material as our fingernails. Every rhino calf born in the Mara is a quiet miracle. Its life, a fragile promise In a world shadowed by greed, poachers stalk the shadows, and each horn taken is a blow to an entire species. Today, rhinos survive not just by instinct, but by guardianship. Rangers walk beside them, drones scan the skies, entire communities fight to protect what little remains. They may seem slow, but don't be fooled. A charging rhino can hit 50 kilometers an hour, and when they run, they do not hesitate. But in truth, rhinos are peaceful. They do not seek conflict. Their strength lies in resilience, in stillness, in enduring where others could not. They are warriors of the wild, not in the way they fight, but in the way they survive. In the Mara, the rhino walks with the ghosts of its ancestors, a survivor, a guardian, a living symbol of everything we stand to lose. In a world rushing forward, the rhino remains, steady, enduring, and sacred, a voice without words, reminding us that the wild still matters. Giraffe, the gentle watchtowers of the Mara. They move like poetry, gliding across the plains on legs taller than most humans. With spotted coats like works of art, and eyes that see far and wide, the giraffe is nature's tower, the elegant sentinel of the savannah. In the Masai Mara, the giraffe is more than a spectacle. It is an architect of the ecosystem, a guardian of the canopy, and a quiet observer of life below. Their tongues, long, black, and tough, reach nearly half a meter. They pluck leaves from trees others avoid, shaping the growth of the woodland with each bite. But feeding is not without challenge. Every sip of water is an act of vulnerability. To drink, they must contort, legs wide, neck extended, heart pounding. For in that moment, they are exposed, and predators know it. But a giraffe is not defenseless. One well-placed kick from those long legs can shatter bone or end a lion's hunt. And when they run, it is a surreal sight. Power in slow motion, grace wrapped in strength. Each giraffe bears a unique pattern, like a fingerprint, no two alike. And with those patterns, they carry their identity, their lineage, their legacy. They are social, yet gentle. Often found in loose herds, mothers guiding calves, bulls towering side by side in silent harmony. A newborn giraffe enters the world with a fall, over 6 feet from womb to earth. But within hours, it stands, walks, and begins a journey that will stretch skyward for years. In a world where survival often demands aggression, the giraffe endures through grace. They see what others cannot. Their gaze pierces the horizon. They are the watchers, the quiet sentinels, the soft pulse of peace in a wild, roaring world. In the Mara, where the grass hides danger and the trees whisper secrets, the giraffe walks tall, not just in height, but in spirit. African buffalo, the Mara's iron wall. If the elephant is the giant and the lion is the king, then the African buffalo is the warrior. Thick-necked, broad-shouldered, and with eyes like molten stone, the African buffalo is built for survival, not with speed or stealth, but with strength, unity, and defiance. They may seem calm, stoic, unbothered by the chaos of the savannah, but make no mistake, The buffalo is one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Their curved horns are not decoration, they are armor, and when danger comes, the herd becomes a fortress. Buffaloes don't flee. They face their attackers, shoulder to shoulder. If one is wounded, the herd returns. They fight as a wall, and they fight to win. Lions know this. A single buffalo can gore, crush, or kill. But a herd, that's a battlefield. Even the mightiest predator thinks twice. Their calves are born into strength, protected from all sides by a wall of muscle, hooves, and resolve. And yet, they are not without tenderness. They groom each other. They bond. They mourn their dead. In a place often ruled by kill or be killed, the buffalo carries with it something deeper: loyalty. As grazers, they shape the landscape. Their movements open pathways. Their dung feeds insects and fertilizes the soil. Their presence ripples across the ecosystem. And when they move, it is a rumble, a migration of thunder. The sound of hooves on dry earth echoes like distant drums. Their numbers swell, hundreds, thousands, all moving as one. They are not beautiful in the traditional sense, not graceful like giraffes, not majestic like lions, but in their raw defiance, in their unwavering strength, there is something awe-inspiring. They bow to no one, not the lion, not the land, not even death. In the Masai Mara, the buffalo doesn't just survive, it endures. With shaggy manes, bearded faces, and an awkward gait, the wildebeest may not be the most elegant of creatures, but beneath their strange appearance lies the power to shape an entire ecosystem. They are the unsung engineers of the savannah, the silent architects of balance, and in the Masai Mara, they move not in hundreds or thousands, but in hundreds of thousands, a living tide sweeping across the plains. Every year, this tide becomes a flood. Over 2 million wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles rise like a living wave and begin a journey unlike any other on Earth, the Great Migration. A pilgrimage carved into instinct, stretching nearly 3,000 kilometers from the Serengeti into the Masai Mara, and back again. They travel in pursuit of something simple: grass, water, survival. They follow the rains, ancient guides written in the sky. Their hooves beat rhythms into the earth. Their presence awakens the predators, and with them, they carry the heartbeat of the wild. But the journey is not without cost. Hunger shadows them, exhaustion wears them down, and in the Mara, the greatest test awaits. The Mara River, wide, wild, and waiting. Crocodiles, prehistoric, patient, and perfectly still, hide beneath the surface. Their silence is a trap. Their stillness, a storm waiting to explode. Then comes the moment of truth. The first wildebeest steps forward. Tension crackles in the air. One leaps, then another, and suddenly, chaos. Dust rises, hooves pound, water churns. Survival becomes a gamble. The strong surge forward. The hesitant hesitate, and sometimes hesitation is fatal. It is one of nature's most raw, most merciless, and most breathtaking spectacles. And yet, they push on. The herd does not mourn. It moves, always forward, always together. Wildebeest calves run beside their mothers. Zebras weave through the tide, their stripes adding to the chaos. And overhead, vultures circle, waiting for what's left behind. This is nature unfiltered, not a story of good or evil, but of instinct, movement, life. They are not the kings of the savannah, but they are its rhythm, and in their thunder, the Mara breathes. The lion may rule, but it is the wildebeest that leads. At the top of the skies, raptors glide with silent precision. The martial eagle, with wings as wide as a grown man's height, scans the grasslands for movement. It doesn't soar for beauty. It soars for the hunt. Its eyes, 10 times sharper than our own, catch the twitch of a hare, the flick of a lizard, and then, in a silent dive, the strike. Below them, vultures circle, misunderstood, often maligned, yet they are the wild's unsung custodians. What they lack in beauty, they make up for in purpose. In death, they find their feast, and in feeding, they prevent disease, cleansing the plains with each decaying carcass. They are not pretty, but they are necessary. In every scavenged meal, balance is restored. Then, a flash, a flutter, a masterpiece in motion. The lilac-breasted roller, Kenya's national bird. A living rainbow with wings of turquoise and lilac, soaring in acrobatic displays that catch both sunlight and the soul. It doesn't sing for dominance. It dances for joy. Among the reeds and riverbanks, bee-eaters twirl like emerald flames, swooping and diving, catching insects mid-flight with a dancer's grace. The hornbill, with its large curved bill and sharp eyes, watches the world with quiet curiosity. It is part trumpet, part sentinel, calling out through the trees in bursts of echoing calls. Above the savannah, the skies are not silent. They are a theater. Each bird a character, each flight a performance, each call a note in nature's eternal song. They are not just birds, they are storytellers, performers, artists cloaked in feathers. Look to the skies, and you'll see not just wings but stories written across the clouds in flight. As the sun begins to sink behind the hills of the Mara, the golden grass whispers secrets to the wind, stories of hunters and the hunted, of life, of death, of rebirth. Here, every day is a miracle. Every creature, from the towering elephant to the tiniest insect, plays a role in the balance of this ancient theater. The Masai Mara is not just a place. It's a pulse, a living rhythm, a wild heartbeat that echoes across generations, across species, across time. In its beauty, we find wonder. In its brutality, we find truth. And in its silence, we find ourselves. This land has no need for human applause. It simply is, untamed, unyielding, unforgettable. And as night falls over the savannah, the Mara breathes once more, ready for another story, another dawn. This is the Masai Mara, a place where the earth still roars and the wild still whispers.